You know, that's how bad it is. I've been gone for the channel for quite some time. Some of you know that I do drive for a living. Actually on my way back to the house right now. Haven't been able to make a video, although I have been definitely thinking and having something in the pot. Just haven't been able to put it all together. But basically what I want to talk about right now, because this is what kind of blew my channel up. You know, those two Superman videos that I did recently back in July. I think I did why Zack Snyder Superman is better than James Gunn, and apparently it looks like it's starting to be seen. Like we're starting to see that the James Gunn version ain't really, doing what they thought it was going to do. We already know that technically it was a flop. And the reason why you would call it a flop is because they called the Man of Steel a flop. It didn't do good. People didn't receive it well. But it made more money than James Gunn 2025. And the crazy part is we're not even counting inflation. So if my memory serves me correct, I think Superman 2025 and Snyder ended up with 670 million. So James Gunn Superman actually made about $65 million less than the Man of Steel, and have all the technology, all the advertisements, all of the hype, everything that would would say that they would definitely hit the $1 billion mark, but they didn't make it. Now I'm gonna be honest. Back in 2013, I was like a Marvel fan, and I didn't think that any DC films could really do that well. I know that they came out with Batman Begins, if I'm not mistaken, at that time. But when you look at Batman Begins, at least the first one, the movie was so good that it didn't seem like a Batman film. It just seemed like a crime story that just so happened to have Batman in it. And that's what made the movie, good. Even, The Dark Knight and, the last Batman, The Dark Knight, and all that kind of stuff. So that's what made those a good movie. But back then in 2000, let's just say 13, when Man of Steel came out, I really wasn't into the Zack Snyder man. I was like everybody else, like, oh man, Christopher Reeves, was the best, stuff like that. And then what I did was I seen it at the movie theaters. I seen the film. I didn't see it when it first. Well, maybe I did see it when it first came out, but I remember. But I don't know. It didn't quite sell me. It didn't sell me on it just yet. But the trailer was fire. It was like maybe like TV spots. Back when people could show commercials on TV, and it would be like a 10-second air, like like the sonic boom and stuff. And I was like, all right, that's cool. But then they started showing like the little kid, doing the Superman pose, and he had the little sheet, the red sheet. Where can you find a red sheet at? I don't know, but he had like a red sheet, and I'm like, okay, what I'm saying? Like, it's starting to get a little bit more interesting. I don't even think the Hans Zimmer score was out. It might have been, but I was like, all right, this is pretty interesting. So then I, officially went to the movie theaters to go see it. And I will admit, when I went to the movie at first to go see it, I was a little off-put by it. Not because it was a bad movie, but you know, when you grew up watching something and it's so different than what you grew up with, obviously you're gonna critique it. For instance, when they did Krypton, when they spent like, I don't know, maybe 15-20 minutes of Krypton, and it was like this alien world, I was kind of thrown off by it, like, man, this looked like some organic stuff. I ain't gonna front, I really wasn't feeling it. You know, they were showing all the little, you know, flying dragon monsters and stuff. I'm like, shoot, this is stupid. But at the same time, why wouldn't they have those type of, you know, things? I mean, they aliens. It's a whole nother race and stuff. Well, race, being, all that kind of stuff. You know, they're humanoids. And so when I first seen that part, I was like, I'm not really feeling that like that, because I was so stuck on the Christopher Reeves version, where they just in a regular, you know, let's just say Greek-like planet. They sent them off, you know, and then we get this heartwarming story about this